Welcome to Science North's career video series. In these videos, we'll meet a wide range of professionals spanning multiple sectors. Each interview will explore what they do, how they got there, and the skills that you would need to pursue a similar career. We hope you enjoy this video as well as the others in this series. Without further ado, let's meet today's interviewee. Hi, Jesse. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to the Career Video Series. Let's start by telling me where you work and what your organization does.
Well, thanks for having me. I work in fire services here in Greater Sudbury. I'm the Deputy Fire Chief. And obviously, as the title says, we are the firefighters. We are the fire suppression for the city of Greater Sudbury. Rescue. We also perform medical incidents. And our service responds to the entire municipality. So we go to the entire 3,200 square kilometers of our great community. We have 24 fire stations currently. We have approximately 400 staff. We're a mix of full-time, career, part-time on-call firefighters, as well as some clerical and support staff, logistical staff as well.
So can you tell me how you got to your current position? You know, education, some positions before this one, sort of how did you get where you are today?
Yeah, so a little bit of a unique story for myself. I spent probably a good 15 or 20 years in the information technology business, and I spent 15 of those years in education with the local school board. And technology is great. Working with staff and students and teaching was great. But I needed a change. And so the opportunity came several years ago, many years ago, to become a volunteer firefighter at the time with the community. And volunteer firefighting became my passion. I absolutely enjoyed it. I loved the training. I loved the challenge. I loved the opportunity to give back to the community. And it was more than just being a firefighter. It was the charity work, the community work, the education work. And I like that. I also like the opportunity to bring my particular skill and technology to the fire service because at that time, many years ago, it was evolving and technology was starting to break into our fire service as a tool. That led to an opportunity to take a position in fire administration, helping out with technology and data and bringing in different aspects of those types of systems. And I took it. And I was very fortunate to get that opportunity. I was very fortunate to work with a good team. And I've progressed since then. I've moved up in our hierarchy. We are a paramilitary organization. So a lot like the police service in structure. We have a chief, we have deputy chiefs, such as myself now, assistant deputy chiefs, and so on. So I was able to work my way up through the ranks, take a lot of specialty courses and programs and schooling, and I've been continuing my education throughout and successful thus far and made it to the position here today of deputy chief.
I'm very curious about the way that you use technology in the fire services and within your role. Can you tell us a little bit more about sort of the digital skills required and how you might utilize them in that type of role?
Well, you know, absolutely, Sarah. And so technology as a whole, and I am an absolute 100% firm believer in the technologies, in the influx of that into everyday life and profession, because it is a reality today, and those people out there need to know it. Because for the fire service, as an example, it's not about, as we would call it, putting the wet stuff on the hot stuff so much anymore. So yes, the water's going to go on the fire, but how we determine how much water, where that water's coming from, the size of hose we're going to use, the flow rates required, everything from our fire trucks to how I'm speaking to you today in my fire vehicle here on a mobile data terminal, to how they're dispatched to a call. We've really embrace technology as a way to enhance the service we provide, as a way to keep our people safe and make the job safer. I mean, firefighting is inherently a very dangerous job. How we connect with the public, how we educate the public, and how we communicate. Radio, cellular, satellite, digital data, direct to fire trucks, links back to our dispatch center, to the 911 caller, right to the 911 caller. We are using a lot of technologies today that allow us to pinpoint fire location, rescue location, a caller's address instantly, and getting us there sooner, getting the right resource there sooner. And it also helps educate our people while they're responding to hazards they may encounter.
So do you have any advice that you'd want to provide to students that are interested in pursuing a career similar to yours?
Education is so very important in any position. I think that there's, yes, a lot of what we would have called blue collar jobs back but even those positions, education is so very important because you can adapt and change, and you can bring change to whatever profession you go to. So you make sure your education and schooling is right up to speed. You apply yourself to, in our position, physical fitness, nutrition, as well as being very proactive and engaging to your local fire service.
All right. Well, Jesse, thank you so much for your time today and for sharing your experience and your path to get to where you are. I'm sure it's inspiring for many, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future and seeing you out in our great city.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity, and all the best.